Can you take the championship from DNZ? This year, you can play our football pick'em on CBS Sports and compete against us in an option every week. Check the link in our Instagram bio, Fade Route Podcast, for all the details and to sign up. Then tune into the Fade Route every week until the Super Bowl for updates and standings. Bring it on.
It's Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I give you our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts or green lights, and top 1, 2, 3 fantasy sits or red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. Who are your green lights for Championship Sunday, Week 17? D.
Oh, for all of you that did not get destroyed by Amari Cooper last week, congratulations on getting to the championship. I was not one of those people. His career day ended my fantasy season. But if I was playing this week, for green lights, I like the Jets defense. I mean, Flacco is like a statue back there. This fairy tale is going to come to an end at some point. I don't think he's the reason why they win the game. So I do like the Jets defense. The Jets D can get to Flacco. I expect at least 5 sacks. Second one, I like DeAndre Swift. I think he gets it done on the ground against the Cards. The Cards are a terrible defensive team. Eagles are looking for, they're looking to stay on the right track. So I like DeAndre Swift. And number 3, I like Justin Fields. I believe in Justin Fields. I think he has played exceptionally these last few weeks. He can run. He can throw touchdown passes. He can run some touchdowns in. Count on Fields to bring it home for you.
Solid. Green lights for the week for me. I actually like the Browns defense against the Jets. So we're going head to head. I really think that Myles Garrett is going to
break Simeon's ankle again.
You're going to break off something. Because that's what Myles Garrett's going to do. And I expect at least 2 picks from a combination of Delpit and Newsome and Ward. Like, that's top flight. So I think that
I like the words there. Top flight against the Jets. Nice, I like it.
Why not? It's going to be a long day, a long night in Cleveland for Gang Green. My number 2, I like Puka Nacua against the Giants. Maybe he's going to be with Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks has been up and down all year as a corner. I think that Stafford is going to be able to exploit that, and he's going to have big numbers because Adoree Jackson is going to be locked up on Cooper Kupp. So that definitely will give you a favorable matchup on the other side of the ball. And my third green light is Javonte Williams against the Chargers, right? I think that he needs to have a big day to keep Jarrett Stidham from having to do too much, right? He's going to have to be that bell cow that they thought they were getting when they drafted him. Otherwise, Jarrett Stidham's going to have to throw the ball all over the field, and while he has arm talent, I just don't think he's going to. If he has to be the guy, I don't think he can. So Javonte Williams better step up and do what he needs to do. Those are our green lights. Who are your red lights, D?
All right, so first up, I've got Baker Mayfield. Listen, I did pick the Bucks to win, but I know he's been lighting it up lately these last few weeks. So I just don't trust him against the Dennis Allen defense. So I am going to sit Baker Mayfield in favor of another quarterback. Another quarterback I don't like is Tua. Baltimore picked off Purdy 4 times and Darnold 1 time. I think they get Tua for 2 this weekend. And number 3, it kills me to say this, but it's Kareem Hunt. I mean, he's a touchdown dependent, and I don't trust him against the Jets defense. But Kareem has been on 2 of my championship teams. Love the guy, but there's a bunch of backs back there, and Joe Flacco is throwing the ball for plus 300 yards. So I would try to find another running back this weekend.
That makes sense to me. Especially, it's Championship Sunday. So you got to bring your best. Make sure you bring your best. I don't think Jared Goff is going to bring his best against the Cowboys. I still think the Lions are going to win. However, Jared Goff is starting to become a little turnover prone. Between fumbles and picks, that's a problem. I think that they're going to do enough to overcome that. But Jared Goff is not going to have a great game. Number 2. I'm not in love with Gardner Minshew against the Raiders. Raiders defense gets after you. They do. They made Patrick Mahomes look pedestrian. A lot of that is also due to the receivers. But the Raiders are still playing for something. They're playing for pride. They're playing for their coach. They're playing for their coach's contract. And they have an outside shot at a playoff spot. So they're coming, and they're coming hard. Minshew's probably going to get forced into a couple picks. Maybe even a fumble if he's going to scramble. Again, another one. I think they're going to win. I think the Colts are going to win. But I think that he is going to struggle in that win. And my last red light is Jake Browning against the Chiefs. Another one. Gonna have a tough sled against a really good defense. So we'll see what Jake Browning brings, because they're starting to figure him out. The league is starting to figure him out. Like many of the backup quarterbacks that have been playing for an extended period of time, it's now time for him to adjust. And I don't think he's ready just yet. But those are our red lights for Championship Sunday, and those are our green lights for Championship Sunday. What are yours? Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG @FadeRoutePodcast. Drop us a DM on X @FadeRouteDNZ. Time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week, and Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.